Audi just killed the A4 name and moved its soul into the 2026 A5, and here's why that matters. If you want a fast liftback with real cargo room and future-proof tech, this is the one to watch. The numbers look simple on paper, but they change how the class feels in real life. Audi has turned the A5 into its global compact executive liftback, taking over from the old A4 sedan and A5 Sportback. No more two-door coupe or cabrio because buyers chose space and speed over style for style's sake. The car sits on the new premium platform combustion, so think tighter handling and smarter hybrid systems built in. It also runs Audi's latest E-Cube 1.2 software, which means faster updates and a more connected cabin. Here's the quick power story. In the US, every A5 gets a 2.0-liter Turbo 4 with 48-volt mild hybrid. It makes 268 horsepower, uses a 7-speed dual clutch, and Quattro all-wheel drive is standard. Expect a 0 to 60 around 5.2 seconds with fuel economy near 22 city and 31 highway. If you want more punch, the S5 steps up to a twin-turbo V6 around 362 horsepower. That one fires off launches near the low 4-second range to 60 when the grip is right. Europe gets a new plug-in hybrid called A5 e-Hybrid Quattro in sedan and Avant. Two outputs are offered, roughly 220 or 270 kilowatts of system power. The battery is 25.9 kilowatt hours with about 20.7 usable and AC charging up to 11 kilowatts. On the WLTP cycle, you can see up to 110 kilometers of electric range on a charge. 0 to 100 takes 5.9 seconds for the lower tune or 5.1 seconds for the higher tune. For now, Audi has not announced this plug-in for the US model year 2026. The chassis is where the daily gains show up. The PPC setup brings a beefed-up mild hybrid system with a belt starter and a generator tied into the powertrain. You get smooth engine restarts, short electric creep and slow traffic, and stronger regen when you're off the throttle. It feels like a small taste of EV smoothness without the range planning. Size and shape are dialed for real life. Call it a sedan with a hatch, because that's what it is. Length is about 190 inches, width about 73, height about 57 on a wheelbase near 114 inches. It is longer and wider than the outgoing A4 and the last A5 Sportback, so the stance looks planted. No two-door this time, and the Avant wagon stays in Europe. Inside is where Audi tries to win you over in the first 10 seconds. You get a curved panel with an 11.9-inch driver display and a 14.5-inch center screen. There's an optional 10.9-inch passenger screen and a clean head-up display you can tailor. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto are there, and you can spec Bang & Olufsen 3D audio. Audi's in-car app store is wider now, with things like DAZN streaming in some markets. Practicality is the quiet flex. Because it is a hatch, cargo space blows past most sedans in the class. Think about 23 cubic feet with the seats up and roughly mid-30s if you load to the roofline. Rear seat space is better than the last generation, so adults can actually ride back there. Driver assists are what you expect in 2026. Automatic emergency braking with forward warning is standard. You also get lane departure and lane keeping, with lane centering and parking aids higher up the range. In the US, trims are Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige, which is the normal Audi ladder. Let's talk price and timing so you know what to plan for. In the US, the A5 should sit roughly between $52,000 and $58,000 depending on trim. Orders started in Europe in mid-2024, with deliveries late that year, and US availability followed in 2025. Model year 2026 keeps that momentum going as inventory builds and options settle in. So what's the catch? Audi changed the naming to make it simple on paper, but it may confuse shoppers at first. Odd numbers are combustion or hybrids like this A5, and even numbers are pure EVs like A6 e-tron. Once you know that, the lineup makes sense, and the A5's job replacing the A4 is clear. Here is the bottom line if you're cross-shopping. You want classic Audi grip, quick dual-clutch shifts, and a cabin that looks high-end the moment you sit. You also want a trunk that actually swallows your life, not just your laptop bag. That is why the liftback body and the mild hybrid tuning matter more than a brochure headline. If you can live without the coupe shape, you gain speed, space, and tech that feels a class up. And if the plug-in reaches your market, it could be the sweet spot for short electric commutes.